One, two, three, four, five. Hey Sigrid, how are you?
Good morning. Tired.
Oh, yeah, it's like that lately, isn't it? Hey Cass,
Good morning.
nice to see you.
Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Good morning. Good morning, Kath.
Hey
Morning.
Kath, hi Nick.
Hi.
Hey, hey, hey. How's everyone today?
Oh, sorry, I rolled out of bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
I woke,
catching up.
yeah, I woke up really early. I've got about 1,000 things to do today, and they were all on my mind when I woke up. That's how it goes, eh?
Mm.
But yeah, it's getting light later.
Mm.
We're heading into that time where it's like, oh my god, if I'm going to get up for this, it's going to be dark.
Yes.
You lovely people. We managed to get through last year, so this year hopefully we'll get through as well.
You're so lucky, Cass.
Well, you have had it. Like it's our turn.
That's it, yes.
Mm.
Hey Bill,
Hello.
how you doing?
All right.
Excellent. Hey John.
Howdy. Maybe Guten Morgen.
Ah, guten Morgen. It's beautiful how we set the field, isn't it? Without even having to do anything. Hi Cynthia, how are you? Oh, you were unmuted, but I didn't hear you say anything. Hi, Judy.
Are you on mute or Martin? Are you on mute or is there something wrong with my computer?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Ah,
Yeah, loud and clear.
yeah. You got me? That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Eva, how are you?
Good, thank you. Just enjoyed a dog walk with the sun not yet coming up.
Woohoo! A dawn dog walk.
A dawn dog walk. Yeah,
Have
it's
you got
lovely.
audio? Have you got audio, Cynthia, yet? Can you hear us? I think she's having a bit of trouble hearing us. Sorry, Eva, you were saying. I beg your pardon. Morning, Aileen. Super early morning, Aileen. Bless you for getting up this time of the day.
Ah,
Hey, Bill, Joseph booked in for this morning, but I hope he turns up. Have you spoken to him?
Not in a year.
Yeah, well, he was registered, so I was hoping he was going to turn up.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Alrighty. I'll keep an eye on the waiting room, but let's just drop in, hey? The energy's building already. At least I can feel it. So yeah, let's just tune in and ground ourselves here in this beautiful circle. Allow yourself to still your mind through whatever technique you prefer. For me, it's just following the inflow and the outflow of my breath. The conscious breath, as Eckhart Tolle calls it. Allow yourself to soften as you become aware of your energetic body. Feel the energy that is you, your soul field. Take a big breath, and as you breathe out, just soften right into that energy. So, cast this circle for us each individually and collectively today for our highest good, coming together in this sacred space, each bringing our own individual energy, creating this collective energy that we enjoy so much. If you haven't already done so, allow yourself to connect to your higher self. You might remember the words that I've taken a liking to lately. I humbly ask to receive your love. Yeah, I woke up the other morning and without any thought, the word simplicity just jumped into my consciousness. I thought, okay. simplicity. Yeah. Don't we complicate things? Even the process that we've just gone through to, connect to higher self. You may have felt it the minute we all started gathering. We were there. We were there because each of us with our intent brought with us the intent to be in circle, to be in spirit, and to be in this energy. We didn't need to go through following the inflow and outflow of our breath, softening to connect to our energetic body, and then asking to connect to higher self. We didn't need to. It's nice to have a framework though, isn't it? It's nice to have a ritual, a ceremony. Just reminds us, really. But the other morning, and every morning, when I opened my eyes, I was already connected to higher self. And so are you. Because if you weren't connected to spirit, you'd be dead. Spirit being the animating force. You being, I was discussing it with a friend of mine the other day, he says, this body is really it's like an observation post for spirit. I like that. An observation point or observation post. Yeah. I suppose like any observation post, once the observer leaves the premises, what is it? Just a building? Pile of sandbags? Sneaky hiding somewhere if it's a military one? Yeah, it's the observer that is the true occupant, perhaps. Yeah. So wow, we just put so much in there between I'll stay with spirit for the moment, between spirit and ourselves. What a ridiculous illusion of separation we impose upon ourselves. Yeah. Simplicity. It was like the other day in Touchpoint where we were talking about the Ho'oponopono. And I think I might have ruffled a couple of people's feathers, and if your feathers are ruffled, I apologise. When we spoke about, do you have to feel the feelings? Do you have to add people's names to it? Do you have to add extra phrases? Do they have to be said in the right order? And all the things that we spoke about with the Ho'oponopono. We've got this propensity to take something that's just so simple. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Boom. Did you feel that? Yeah. And so to those people whose feathers I ruffled, I apologise. It's not my intent. My intent is to help us, help me, help us to be all that we can be, to shed those, think about your choices, those of you that do choices. What do you add on top of the simple fact that you are choosing to do, be, or have something? Do you have to do, be good? Do you have to do them every day? Or you might not deserve the thing that you're seeking. I don't know. I'm just thinking of things. But don't we just, oh my God, I missed out on doing my morning coffee, visualizing whatever it is that I want. Oh my God, I can't have it now. What am I going to do to make up for it? Oh, we're so silly, hey? Yeah. So you didn't do it for a week. Maybe that's a good thing, because you stopped trying to force it. Yeah. Yeah. This being good thing's a big thing, hey? I think it's the basis of all religion. You have to be good, or you can't go to heaven. Where does that come from? This good, bad thing. Where does that come from? Is it because what we were taught when we were children? When our parents, be good or you can't have an ice cream kind of thing. Is that it? Is that all it is? Because how many bad people do you know that are filthy rich and have everything that they want? I don't know either, Kath, but you know what I'm getting at though, don't you? Those greedy rich people, are they good? With their whatever. I won't build a picture. You know what I'm talking about. How many good people do you know that don't have what they want? For me, spirit is it's a little bit like let's relate it to a electric charge. There you are, you've got this stream of spirit, and hanging off this stream is all these little light bulbs, all those little incarnations, past lives, future lives, all that cosmological stuff that we talk about from time to time. If you turn the electricity off to any of those light bulbs, it goes out, right? But does the electricity choose how bright any one of those lights can be? Not really. The electricity flows for the spotlight as well as it does for the candle light, so to speak. Those little dim ones, the little romantic ones, A bad person breaks into your house. There's no one home. Turns the light on. Do you think electricity says, you're a bad person. I'm not gonna flow for you. Of course it doesn't. Because spirit is spirit. Hey, spirit is spirit. The universal laws work for you, whether you've been a good person or a bad person. Whether you went through some ceremony of breathing into your tummy, then connecting to your energetic body, yada yada, blah blah blah. Realistically, there's nothing stopping you from just being connected to spirit intentionally the whole time, the whole day. Except, we get triggered, we got these belief systems, all this stuff going on, hey? Things you don't need to earn what it is that you want. So when you think about the things that you don't have, the things that that might be on your list of, you know, choices or things you want to do, be, or have, what's really stopping you from having them? This is the question I really want to ask. Yeah, exactly, Eva. Thank you. It's the question I really want us to ponder on today. The only thing that's stopping it happening is because you think these things take time. It's because you think it's going to be hard. Yeah, can't just happen. You know, I have to go through this process of thresholds and doorways and sort of hold my mouth in a particular fashion and put my left hand in the air and hop or something, whatever it might be. Yeah. Spirit makes no differentiation between what you say you want and what you say you want. If you sort of get my thread here. So when you're preferring to have something, you know, back to a bit of Bashar here, if you prefer to have something and you don't have it, that's because you're actually preferring to have something else. You're preferring for it to take, you know, at least 6 months before I can have X, Y, or Z. Okay, says the universe. Okay. 6 months. What's time, says the universe. What is this month that you speak of? Doesn't matter. See you in 6 months. For me, it's nothing. It'd be wonderful if we could actually allow our brains to allow us to have, do or be what it is that we want to have, do or be when we get off this call. Boom, there it is. Yeah, the only thing that's stopping us having that is the fact that probably every one of us here would agree that's ridiculous. In the 3D physical world. Ooh, there's another limitation. I mean, you know, I'm going to fess up. I believe that too. That's why. But where does it start? It doesn't start out here. If you can see my hands waving around, and hopefully my Osbot camera won't try and do anything weird. I think it's a hand gesture to zoom in or something. It doesn't start out here. It doesn't even start here, or here, or here. It starts here, wherever that connection is to spirit. It starts in spirit, doesn't it? When you tell spirit what it is that you want, and you tell spirit clearly, with simplicity, I just want to be happy, or I just want to be disease-free, or I just want to be filthy rich so I can bless people. I don't know. Insert your wish here. And you hold the energy of that, you know, cycling back to the energy of the end result. Goodness me. There we go again. Martin's energy of the end result thing that started this whole thing off like 18 months ago. Yeah. Hold true. See, when you say, I want this, and then you say, then your brain says, yeah, but. You just walked into another barricade. Barricades be gone, I say. Acknowledging your these shortcomings, that's fine. That's part of the process, I guess, isn't it? to sort of come down to a little bit more practical at the moment. It's part of the process. Why don't I have this thing? Why aren't I doing this thing? Why aren't I happy? Why aren't I whatever? And when you allow yourself to know what it is that you're preferring instead, allow yourself to let go of that thing. Yeah. So probably, maybe, all thinking of what those things might be. Just rhetorically, what is it that you really, really, really want to do or have? I know some of us here probably have gone a long way to doing, being, or having what it is that we really want to do, be, or have. Hey, is there anything standing in your way? Just take a moment. What is it? What's the first thing that comes to your consciousness that you're wanting to manifest? As you feel into that thing, how probable does it feel that you can have it? Let's say, let's not push ourselves too hard. Let's say by the end of March. And if that feels a bit icky, okay, by the end of April. What's your comfort zone on this thing? Next year, by Christmas, just allow yourself to, set a date. Yeah, way back before I got all spiritual about this stuff, I did a course in life coaching, and we were training. We went in what they called triads, and we so there'd be one person being coached, one person doing the coaching, and the third person was supposed to take notes and sort of try and keep you on track if you got off track, sort of thing. I think that's a fairly common sort of training thing when you don't have an actual supervisor supervising. But anyway, there was this lady who lived down at Hope Island here on the Gold Coast, and she was pretty rich. She had this, this is going back, 2002, 2003. She had a, place worth 2 or 3 million back then. Imagine what it's worth now. And she couldn't sell it. And so the life coaching thing that we went through on that particular session was about her selling her house. And I said, what's the block? She says, well, I really love the garden. I just don't want to sell it to anyone. I wanted to sell it to someone who loves gardening. A gardener. Okay, cool. How much do you want for it? I can't remember. Let's say 3 million. Okay. When do you want to sell it? And she said something like the 23rd of July. It just popped out of her mouth. I said, okay, cool. You know what? She sold it to a gardener for 3 million on the 23rd of July. I kid you not. Amazing. I thought, ooh, that was cool. But it's true, it's a true story. How's that, eh? Now, where those figures came from, did she manifest them? Did she see the future? Who cares? It worked. It was pretty phenomenal. So what's your date for this thing that you're going to do, be, or have? How does it feel? Do you feel that if you set a date and it didn't happen, it's going to blow the lid off this stuff? Do you feel that, I don't know, what do you reckon? That's interesting, isn't it? And I'll have a little break for a drink in a moment, and you can tell me the answers to any of these questions that you wish. But right for now, I just really feel the right thing to do is to think about it. If your comfort zone is, say, let's just say the end of March, because that's just what came up before, for whatever it is that you want to do, be, or have, the thing you're thinking about, how do you feel if you bring that date forward? What's the emotion that comes up? What's the resistance? It could be disbelief because of the time that things take to happen. So it could be something quite practical, that you think to have this thing, it's going to take that amount of time because that makes sense. Or is it because there's an emotion there like fear? Is there a reluctance? I mean, fear's the one that came up. Who's projecting that? Fear's the one that... Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So look, there's a really beautiful, beautiful clue, isn't it? It's a beautiful clue. Wow, what an opportunity. What is it? What is it that you're afraid of? What are you going to lose? What's the threat? You guys, you're so great. I feel really privileged sitting in front of you. Thank you. I've got so much gratitude for you people. Yeah. Okay, come on. Tell me what you're thinking. Popcorn fashion, as they say. Pop your hand up so we don't get two people talking at once, and I'll hold the space. Yeah, go, Nick.
Yeah, so I'm sharing this course and it starts on the 10th of March. So I was like, well, 10 people on the 10th of March, that sounds beautiful. And then when you asked, what if you made the date earlier? I was like, well, that's unnecessary. The course starts on the 10th of March. If I have 10 people by then, fantastic. but then just watching, listening, observing, and there was a question of capacity for me, which was based around time of getting the things done that I should do to call those 10 people in. Yeah. A little doubt, I suppose the doubt is the capacity, is that possible? But, yeah. But I do like the idea of 10 people on the 10th of March, and it's a 1 year, and the number 10's a 1, and making it all right in my head. Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure.
I love being drawn back into simplicity.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing else really.
It's true.
Yeah.
Hey, Kath.
Yeah, I love the way you termed that preferring to have something else. It's a way of looking at it rather than fearing what you want, but looking, was there something you preferred? So I thought that was a great way to look at it. And I've thought about it. And it was funny that it came up that, if I get this thing that I'd love, then maybe I wouldn't have enough time then for me, my family. Often I've consumed my work, which leaves little time for everything else. But then as soon as I wrote that down, it popped in my head, that's not true. So, but it's interesting to look at it that way rather than, so it's a positive way of looking at your restraints rather than a negative way of looking at constraints.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, Eva.
That's interesting. You should say that, Kath, because when Martin said to me, preferring to have something else, I immediately went to, well, the good things I love, I'm choosing something non-preferred that's getting more of my focus and getting in the way. So rather than seeing it as like a positive, not that that really exists, it was more about information about where I'm putting my energy and focus because I'm not getting what I love and I'm getting something else. So yeah, that's interesting how we're hearing the same thing in different ways. In answer to the other questions, my thing is a business. Why don't I have my business? And I conveniently am being supported by work cover. So I say, oh, it's because I've got work cover and I don't want to lose that support. And I mean, part of that is true. And then there's this whole other gamut of things underneath that, the resistance to being vulnerable. Thank you, Nick, that you prompted me to think about not feeling ready or having the capacity. And what am I afraid of? Failing, not having any money, and what will I lose? Well, potentially, if all those things happen, a home, like somewhere to live, whatever, in terms of money. But I'll lose that. I'll lose some of the struggle, some of the being in this wanting and not having. And yeah, it's almost like there's this addiction to not having the thing and being in the struggle. That one's not necessarily about the business. That's maybe about something else. But yeah, it's really good to acknowledge that there's an addiction to the struggle and not having, and always, oh, there's the choices that are far away or that I don't have. There's like stories and programs about that. So thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Bill.
Hi. And thanks, Eva, because the minute you said addicted to the struggle, for me, a light bulb went on. Like, and I've been working through this for quite some time. Is that why am I in this struggle? Well, I guess I like it somehow, you know, and it's it wouldn't be my first choice, but apparently I'm here. So obviously I chose to be this way, but it's conflicting and it's frustrating because it's not really how I envision going forward, you know.
Thanks, Bill. Hey, Cass.
Hi there. Yeah, I had a very similar. So when you said about if you're not getting what you prefer, then you're preferring something else. I thought that's a really great way of catching yourself at it. It's like flip the mirror around. Like, oh, hang on a minute. So sort of like make a mental note to explore that a bit more. And but that's kind of what came up for me too, is with Ava saying that, just what Eva saying that, just that addicted to the struggle, addicted to trying, or like that journey. It's kind of, oh, it's too good to be true that it would happen right now. I've got to somehow earn it or have a story or a worthy something that justifies it in some way. It's really interesting seeing yeah, so I found it a really useful thought. That, like I say, the flip of the mirror. Thank you.
Thank you. So the question that comes to mind for me is, yeah, Helene, I see your note, that's true. The question that comes to mind for me is, what are we going to do with these new revelations? It's said that once we understand what the resistance is, that the resistance loses its power. It's like the shadow, when the light shines on it, disappears. But it is a choice to remain chained, is the word that comes to mind, to those belief patterns, or to say, all right, acknowledge you there and make your choice, because it is a choice. To keep plodding along how you're doing. I mean, you're alive, you're breathing, you're not in any imminent danger or threat. So why would you change? How strong is the pull towards that thing that you want to do, be, or have? And I guess what's coming into my mind now is what we've spoken of in past masterclasses, is that thing coming from ego? The examples were the bigger house, the bigger swimming pool, the bigger car, all those sorts of things, which I don't hear any of that here, but you know what I'm talking about. is it something, and by saying it, is it from ego? I'm meaning, is it something that a seed got planted once and your attention was drawn towards this thing? Is it really something that is in your soul path, in your soul blueprint, this thing? Or is perhaps part of the reason why you haven't manifested it, or might be feeling a resistance towards it, is because it's not your true path. There's another flipperoo for you. Because when we come back to simplicity, hey, simplicity. I'd really miss you guys if we didn't do this, these Zoom sessions, I can tell you. So, yeah, that's in my heart. That's in my soul blueprint nature to be here with you guys. It's interesting how we haven't got to 2 screens yet. Is that ego? The value that I get out of being here with you people, you beautiful souls, far outweighs the magnitude of having, 2 or 3 screens full of people where I can't see all your beautiful faces. That's interesting, isn't it? And that's making me cry. Yeah. I was listening to a YouTube video last night. It's talking about a river. Excuse me. It says the river doesn't, determine its course. It flows. It doesn't flow uphill. It doesn't hit up against obstacles and push its way through. And my brain's saying, yeah, but sometimes when there's a storm it doesn't. Shut up. That's not the point. It flows and it takes this beautiful path, meanders and goes through so many different phases of its existence. Rivers always reach the sea. Always reach the sea. Yeah. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? So I guess the analogy for that, if it's not clear enough, which it probably is that your soul path, you're going to get to the end of it. And, when you go to that room, remember the 3 rooms that we spoke about? When you get past all your assumptions and beliefs and sit there and realise that you're actually dead. That's a harsh way of putting it, isn't it? And you do your life review, you're going to see that everything that happened was perfect. Everything that happened, if you trace back, boom, 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 this, when you're tracing it back to when spirit first entered your physical form, everything's perfect. Everything. And as you're going forward with it, it's like, this choice, that choice, this choice, that choice. Ooh, ooh, And it's not about predetermination. It's not that at all. It's just that, you are exactly where you're meant to be right now at this point in time. Simply perfect. It's hard to differentiate sometimes between what's my true path and what's the path that I'm pushing myself along on through whatever whatever belief or shiny thing has attracted my attention. But realistically, when you look at it simply, here we are. There's a Scottish saying that says, "All that's been has brought us hither, and all that's here will lead us on." Yeah. So, what do you prefer going forward? Keep it simple. You don't need rituals. As in, I'm not talking about having a little bit of ceremony in your life. When you wake up in the morning, just thank Spirit and feel the connection. And be there instantly, connected to your higher self. Take a big breath. Say thank you. What have you got for me today? What have I got for me today? I'm determined that on that day everything is going to just be just right. Just perfect. Maybe just don't do your choices if you're a choices person and see what happens. There's a challenge for you. Stuff the choices. And I guess when that popped into my head, the thought also popped into my head. What other rituals do you do that you feel you must do them because you must be good? Or if I don't do this formula, the world's going to fall apart. If I don't do this, this and this. It's like when I was thinking about this morning, and this, by the way, came through. I've got a podcast sitting there that I haven't released yet. This sort of came through last weekend. So there's a little bit more depth in that. Well, maybe there's more depth in this. Maybe they're both good. But look out for the podcast. This morning I was thinking about it when I was having my cup of coffee. Spirit said it's a bit like being, obsessive compulsive, OCD, is that what they call it? You know, if I step on a crack in the pavement, something bad's going to happen. You know, that kind of thing. Or if I don't touch every post as I go past, whatever it is. I mean, you know, I used to never step on cracks in the pavement. I don't know why. It was a thing. And now I don't care. Sometimes I just step on them for fun. But how OCDC, is that what it is? What sounds like a rock band, ACDC, you know? How obsessive compulsive do we get about the things that we must do, otherwise something bad might happen. Otherwise I might not get what I deserve. There's a flip side to think about, hey? A little challenge, a gentle, friendly challenge is, if you find one of those things, mock it. See what happens. Step on those cracks. Don't touch that lamppost. And see if the world really does end. If you don't do the things that you've told yourself that you must do to be good, to deserve. Okay. Hey, a greyhound. Beautiful. All right. I'd like a little bit of opportunity to listen to you for a moment or two, if anyone does have anything they'd like to say. I don't really want to call anyone out, but I've just got this burning feeling that, Cynthia, that you've got something to say. Do you have something to say, Cynthia? I'd love to hear from you if you do. You've always got such gold.
I've struggled to stay awake. Which I've just been noticing it and letting it go. And later I might become a bit curious with my spirit to see, what it is that's so desperately to be avoided, that I would want to go to sleep. However, the thing that has just struck me is increasingly the power of awareness, that basically everything we're talking about here is the result of awareness, firstly awareness. And honoring the awareness and and our ability to be in that space. The other thing is, I can always remember in William's course, I can't remember which one it was, the exercise of good and bad. And we did an exercise on one of the wars somewhere, and everyone was all hyped about this war. And when we went into a space of it not being good or bad, it just is, the difference. And what's just coming to me is coming back to the facts plus awareness, or awareness plus coming. It's probably awareness plus coming back to the facts without the story. It gives so much more power to move forward. And I'm sitting in a glass house because I sort of getting this feel that, this message is for me. It's nothing to do with you people. That I'm just verbalizing. Because one of the things that's been really intriguing me is that as soon it feels like, and this is a story, and I recognize it as a story, it feels like every time I acknowledge that I have moved past something, that something happens again. And it's really frustrating. And I haven't yet managed to to sort of not find the source, because that's trying to fix, but it just happens so often that I'm just curious about what underlies that as well. So yeah, it's I mean, these sessions are always just so valuable, and and the shares have so much gold in them. Because yes, I'm addicted. I'm sure I'm addicted to struggle. Plus, I'm addicted to punishing. Punishing. I'm not quite sure what I've done in the past, but it's like I have to be punished by not getting what it is I'd really love to have. So, thank you. There endeth my sermon.
Oh, thank you, Cynthia. You should do a podcast. What do you reckon? Who thinks Cynthia should do a podcast? Put your hand up. Absolutely. We're going to punish you by making you do a podcast.
And my story is that as soon as I sat down to do the podcast, nothing would flow. Which is the challenge. Which is the challenge with my books as well.
Yes, indeed.
That as soon as I sit down to do anything creative like that, that's interesting. That spirit will abandon me.
Wow, good job.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Woohoo. We might have to have that third session, Cynthia, I think. If you're up for it.
It's the third one has still been bouncing around for when it was timely.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, wow. That's just gold. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. Yeah. I had something to say in the middle of your share, which I was holding off till the end, but now I'm just blown away. Thank you. That's powerful. Yeah. We can be all that we want to be. And I said before, is it coming from ego? Is it coming from spirit? Doesn't matter. Because you can be something from ego if you want to be. You can push against that riverbank and break through. Depends how much suffering you want to cause yourself, I guess, to have that thing. Or you can take the beautiful, easy flow. And going with the flow doesn't mean chucking your arms in the air and saying, oh, stuff it. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera. It doesn't mean that at all. Going with the flow, surrendering. We've spoken about the 4 stages of enlightenment. And surrender is the 3rd. When we surrender and become a co-creator with the universe, a co-creator with our spirit, our higher self, then things really do start to move. I almost said in the right direction, but I'll retract that statement. They start to move in the flow of what it is that is your, I guess, I don't know, highest path. Bloody hell, all these judgment words. Isn't it shocking? I had a really interesting experience the other day. Speaking about judgments, okay? I wonder when and how this was going to come up. But I was having one of those lucid dream type things where I was traveling. And you know how we've spoken about meeting a soul in a different cycle of time that is resonant with your soul frequency in this lifetime. The codex of cycles that we've spoken about. Okay. And how, well, we do that when we go to Lemuria. Well, I met my reptilian counterpart. Yeah, it was really interesting. Here I was having this lucid dream, and this reptilian soul turned up. And of course, being the healing practitioner who has quite often banished reptilian infiltration from people's fields, it was like, "Ho! Get behind me, Satan!" kind of thing, And I'll say he was a he, was there, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and thinking, what's going on here? And the Spirit said, this is the soul instance in the reptilian cycle, who is the wizard in that cycle, the resident, the one who, and there was this, oh my God, just like a beautiful peace and resonance. It's really interesting. I didn't grow any scales or anything. I didn't turn evil overnight. But goodness me, in the last week, I've become aware of areas in my life that are not serving me way more deeply than I ever have before. Interesting. So yeah, the initial judgment and the initial, not that I sort of, it wasn't like emerge at all. It wasn't like, it wasn't like what we did with the dragon the other day in the Lemurian Fellowship. It wasn't like that. It was a recognition of two. You meet someone, you just recognize them, and there's a recognition there. It doesn't mean you went and married them or anything, It's just a recognition of another soul on the same frequency. And it's like, I see your heart. Yeah, it was really interesting. So yeah, how judgment, preconceived ideas can make us resistant to something which can actually be a real blessing. So I'll leave that one with you for consideration. Hey, Cass.
Yeah, can I just say, because it's like, it sort of feels like I'm fighting off sleep as well, but it's not. It's like the energy tonight, it seems particularly tonight for me. Sorry, everyone. You're
Yes,
just
of course. Of course.
just realized that you're all just woken up. But it's kind of hypnotic, sort of hypnotic. So I'm feeling like I'm just sort of swaying. So I just want to thank you and all of you. Like it's just beautiful, the circle, the energy today. Lovely.
Yeah. So would anyone else like to say something? Okay, Nick, come on down.
It just caught me. When you were talking about moving in flow with what is present, not fighting it, and I just had a quick sort of reflect over the last month or so, and I thought the thing that I often forget is to celebrate when things are in flow. Like just to observe instead of that. Well, yeah, I've got that, but what's next? And just taking that moment to go, actually, look at what you've created. And just it did tap into and not deserving, because I'm not there yet. I haven't reached that end result, the Holy Grail. But just, like really honoring the journey of where and how I've got to this point. Yeah, not just aware, but celebrate. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Thank
having a
you.
little celebration here.
Yeah. Take time
Yeah.
to smell the roses, to sniff the
Yeah.
roses. Yeah. Sigrid and Judy.
I don't know if that fits at all, but it goes through my mind since a while. It's from a German story. My little brother angrily has everything he wants, but what he wants, he does not have, and what he has, he does not want.
Beautiful.
It is perhaps sometimes where we are.
I'd say so. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Sigrid. Judy.
Yeah, what struck me today is you talking about and looking back at life and saying that everything was perfect. That's what we signed up for. And we make struggle such a something to avoid, something we shouldn't be doing, something that is wrong. We should be in the flow and we should be on our soul's path. And sort of what struck me was that that struggle is part of the soul's path and is part of the journey, and it is surrendering to it. And it is, even though we're addicted to it, it's something that's been is there for us to grow and to work through and to appreciate. And yeah, just not to fight against it, something to avoid. It is perfect. That's what we've decided to be here for. So yeah, thank you, Martin. That sort of made surrender and surrendering into the struggle. It just made, well, I suppose it makes sense for my brain, but it also makes sense along the soul's journey as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Judy. Cynthia.
It's interesting how there becomes sort of a theme across many ways. For the last couple of months, I've been following the monks' Walk for Peace across America. 2,300 miles on foot, and walking for peace. But what actually happened, they ended up with about 7 million followers around the world, and interfaith gatherings and yeah. But anyway, and the lead monk, most or all of his presentations were about bringing simplicity into your life. Like when you desire something, it's do I need it? Do I why do I want it? And one of the things that he proposed as being going towards peace is every morning saying, today is going to be my peaceful day. And he suggests that you write it out and look at it many times and then say it many times to as a setting an intent for the day. But yeah, it's it's been absolutely massive. I mean, they're back home now, but and one of them lost a leg on the way from an accident fairly early on. And he rejoined them towards the end in a wheelchair. So
Wow.
yeah, it was amazing. But the aim was simplicity, and simplicity brings peace. because you're not struggling against. So it wasn't about promoting Buddhism or anything like that. It was about being an example. And they had this dog that walked with them, who was a stray from India, who absolutely emanated peace all the time. It was amazing, amazing. But yeah, that was about simplicity and making life simple, and intending to be in a peaceful state.
Lovely. Lovely. Well, thank you, everybody. I've got a really busy weekend, and then I'm down the coast next week, so I'm wondering whether I'll have time to send this recording out. And I'm thinking I might, if I don't get a chance to, well, what I will do, if you want to re-listen to this, who wants to re-listen to this maybe during the week, I might just pop the link out, the straight Zoom link, rather than rendering it up, because this one would be worth listening to again, I reckon. So I'll do that. We have got Touchpoint next Wednesday evening, or I'm not sure what time that is for you, Cass. I think it's probably Tuesday morning or something. Click the link, find the time in your time zone. Yeah. So I'll be zooming in from Gold Coast, Australia. And yeah, if you want to dig deeper on any of this stuff, just let me know. We'll book one of those little mini sessions. Hey, see you, Eva. No problem. And lovely to have you here. Yeah, if you want to dig deeper on any of these things, any of these resistances that you've found, and would like to do some one-on-one work, that'd be lovely. Just reach out. Okay, everybody, thank you. Lots of love. See you in Touchpoint if you can make it. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next Lemurian circle, or the next one of these. Cheers.
Thanks, Martin.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Judy.
Martin. Thanks,
Cass.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Martin. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks, Cass. See you, Sigrid.